Yo, what's going on, guys? Matthew Haynes here, aka the Clock Master. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different kind of video today. Before I get into that, I'm going to plug the second channel, by the way, MVH Reacts. If you're not subscribed over there, please make sure to go ahead and do so. We're doing a lot of movie reactions, mainly on that channel, while this channel will remain pretty much just doing what we've always been doing for like since the beginning. So movie reactions only right now. We did Turning Red, and I just finished doing Kung Fu Panda. I'm going through the Kung Fu Panda series right now, maybe Shrek later on. So make sure you guys go ahead and check out the other channel. Today we're going to be doing a ranking, a tier list ranking for the MCU Phase 4 so far. So at the time of making this video, guys, this is like a week before Moon Knight. We have 9 entries into Phase 4 so far, and Phase 4 is a bit of a divisive one. There's a lot of division on like what people think and how they feel about this phase. Some people think it's not really as good. A lot of people don't think it's as good as the previous phase, and that's understandable. But we're gonna just see how I feel about it today, guys. I didn't even actually think about this. I already know which one's gonna be on the top. The S rank. We're going through S through D or D through S. So if you guys have not seen a tier list video before, this is gonna be a letter scaled one. So D being the worst, S being the greatest S rank, and then everything else is in between that. So yeah, I don't even want to delay anymore. I think we should get this thing started. I normally like to start with like worst to best, but I think I'm just gonna go from left to right for each title and just place them accordingly. Okay, so for WandaVision, guys, WandaVision is what really kicked off a lot of this stuff. WandaVision was an amazing entry. I personally feel that was a great segue from what we got from Endgame, going straight into the new phase of the MCU. So I'm actually gonna put WandaVision as S rank. WandaVision is S rank to me. Well, without a doubt, WandaVision is S rank. Everything from the music, man, come on, man. The theme was great. I mean, the overall just creative style within those episodes, going into how they approach things and all the throwbacks to the different sitcom era style things, and just introducing bits and pieces of the story to make things a little bit more interesting and really developing Wanda as a character, which I really love that as well. I mean, the visuals were great. I mean, this is the first Disney Plus MCU entry. So I mean, I have a lot of love for WandaVision, man. I still rave about how great WandaVision is to this day. So WandaVision is definitely S rank. Okay, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, I loved Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm actually going to give Falcon and the Winter Soldier a B. I'm going to give it a B rank. It was good enough, but it wasn't, like overall going through everything, it wasn't the best. I love the more grounded take. I love the things they did with the new Captain America and dealing with Bucky and seeing some of the Wakandans and kind of doing all that stuff, and even with Zemo and developing his story as well within the MCU right now. I really enjoyed that. Even with the entry of US Agent into all of this, into the MCU, and seeing Madam Hydra and just getting more information on that, I mean, that stuff was really cool and setting up some of the groundwork stuff for that. So I mean, it was all right, and that's why I put it in the middle. Exciting moments, some episodes slower than others, and others really great developing episodes for the characters. Moving on, Loki, in my opinion, is an S rank. Loki is an S rank to the T. Okay, need I say more? Kang, Sylvie, all the other variants. I mean, Tom Hiddleston as Loki is the best thing ever, and seeing him in these episodes, and really, like, Loki was what really changed. I feel like WandaVision opened up a door, and Loki just completely went through that door and opened up plenty other doors, literally, with the introduction of multiple timelines, multiple universes, a multiverse, the stream of time, all of the weird concepts that was introduced to us within Loki, man. And like, season 1 was great. Music was amazing. Loved it so much. And I mean, need I say more, guys? Loki was just absolutely beautiful. Great development for Loki, I think, as a character, and also just setting up everything that we're going to see later on. Because like, going back and looking through it, it's just like, man, this series really made me change the way that I viewed everything about the MCU up until this point. Like, nothing mattered to me anymore. Like, everything was completely changed. And even with Jonathan Majors as Kang towards the end, that was some really groundbreaking stuff. So I really loved him in Loki, and I can't wait to see what they do with season 2. All right, moving on. Black Widow. Black Widow was fun, but I'm gonna give Black Widow a C rank. unfortunately. Yeah, Black Widow's gonna get a C rank from me, man. I'm so sorry, but you know what? Here's the thing with that, man. A matter of fact, let me not even, yeah, I'm gonna give Black Widow a C rank. I'm gonna do that just because I feel like we've already seen a lot from Natasha, and we got some really good introductions, but the one saving grace, obviously, from this was Yelena. I freaking love the introduction of Yelena. I'm a huge Florence Pugh fan. I've seen like a lot of her movies, most of her movies I've seen over the years, and I always knew she was a great actress. Even back when Midsummer came out, even before that, like just watching a lot of her performances, I've always been a huge fan of Florence Pugh. So having her in the MCU as Yelena was one of the greatest things that we could get from this, and I feel like that's the main takeaway. The villain wasn't as great. It could have been better. And I mean, sadly, we could have got a little bit more from Taskmaster. I sort of like what they did with it, but on the other end, it wasn't like the best approach. I feel like they could have done, if they followed more of the comic book route with Taskmaster, I would have been a little more satisfied with that. But you know, it is what it is. Moving on. What if I believe is going to get an A rank? The reason I'm putting What If so high is, as many people, a lot of people didn't really like What If, but the reason why I'm putting it so high is because the Loki gave us, you know, and WandaVision gave us the ideas of the multiverse and where we can go with that. And What If just really took that concept and that idea and not only made it canon to the MCU, but also really changed and really gave us so many different perspectives. The animation style was great, the art style was great, the music was amazing, the theme was great. I still really love the theme. Jeffrey Wright voicing the Watcher was also really fantastic, and that was a lot of fun. So I had a great time watching What If, and every single episode was really surprising and shocking. And some episodes more, I really love the Agent Carter, the Captain Carter stuff. That was really, really awesome. I love the last episode. Can't wait for season 2. Can't wait to see more of Captain Carter. Can't wait to see what they do with that storyline. Absolutely loved What If. If you've made it so far in the video, guys, please let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Do you agree with my list so far? And if you disagree with me, please let me know in the comments why you disagree with me and what you would have. Also, let me know your ranking down below as well. Moving on, we have Shang-Chi in the A rank right next to What If. I mean, need I say more? Simu Liu did a great job as Shang-Chi. I really loved his his interpretation of the character. I love the character from the comic books as well. I love his take on it, and I've always been a fan of him as well from Kim's Convenience when he played Jung on that show. I mean, he's just great, and I feel like he really embodies the role. He's such a huge fan of the character. He's such a huge fan of the MCU as an actor, and as a person, he's such a huge fan of the franchise. So like, he put a lot of his all into his performance as Shang-Chi. Music was great. Again, visuals, the fight scenes, the choreography, the acting, the chemistry with the cast, everything about that film was amazing. And it was, I think it was one of the first films that I actually saw back in the theaters since the pandemic started. Like, I haven't been going to the theaters at all, so Shang-Chi was the one that really brought me back to going back into the theaters and going back and watching movies. So Shang-Chi was a great film, man. Definitely A rank. Now I know I'm gonna get some controversy for this. I know that you guys are gonna say something about this, but the Eternals gets an A rank for me. Yes, I know, the Eternals gets an A rank. If you guys have watched any of my videos concerning the Eternals, you know how much I love this. I've seen this movie maybe 3 or 4 times now. I've rewatched it quite a few times, and even rewatching it on Disney Plus. I really love the Eternals. I love the overall message. I love Chloe Zhao as a director. I love the cinematography in this film, the visual effects in this film, the overall chemistry with the Eternals. I'm a huge Eternals fan from the comic books anyways, so just seeing this on screen made me love them even more. I loved everyone's, Angelina Jolie, Makari, like all of them, Druid, every single one of them had a great moments. Loved what they did with Icarus, loved what they did with Cersei. I love the overall message, and even the introduction of the Celestials, I feel, was a great part for the MCU and for, you know, comic fans. I mean, we're like really expanding the MCU in an even bigger point than where it was before. We have the time thing, we have the multiverse thing, and now we're dealing with Celestials that can teleport using like wormholes and black holes and stuff. So it's like, it's really insane, really interesting. I can't wait to see more of the Celestials in the MCU. Can't wait to see what they do with that. I know, and look, I'm a huge fan of Ramin Djawadi as a composer. I love his work. I love his work in Game of Thrones. I love his work in Westworld, and I loved his musical composition for the Eternals. So that's another reason why it's all the way up there for me as well. Definitely A rank. I know a lot of you guys would put Eternals as like a D rank or like worse. I know a lot of you hate Eternals, but I absolutely loved it, and I thought the film was a great entry into the MCU and further expanding the lore. Next up is Hawkeye. Hawkeye is actually going to get a B rank for me as well, right next to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, just because it's more grounded and they really wrapped up. I really loved how they wrapped up Clint's storyline and really gave him some more things to do and really added some much needed depth to his character, you know, further depth to his character. But also we got the introduction of a new Hawkeye with Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop, which was another great entry to the MCU, setting up the new Avengers, setting up the young Avengers, whatever they're going to call it. And even having Yelena again coming back here and continuing from Black Widow and their interaction and setting up their relationship as friends was something that I really enjoyed. I love the overall theme. I loved how on point and to the point Hawkeye was. Every episode was great. I love what they did with Kingpin, bringing him back and possibly setting up things for the future of the MCU concerning like Daredevil and everything, especially now that those shows are now on Disney Plus. Super exciting. Yeah, man, I mean, Hawkeye was pretty much there. That's why it's in the middle. It's a B. I definitely enjoyed Hawkeye more than I did Black Widow, and that's a fact. I'm just gonna say that right now. Like Black Widow is not a D, it's not an F, but I think it's definitely a C. All right, and last but not least, and I think you guys already know where this is going, Spider-Man No Way Home is an absolute S rank. If there's anything higher than S rank, Spider-Man No Way Home is definitely S rank to the top. I mean, need I say more? This was one of the best, if not the best, comic book movies in terms of fan service, right? In terms of fan service that has been given to us in the last 10 years. I mean, we not only did we get a really good villains, and we got a really good wrap on Peter's story, and actually Tom Holland's Peter, and actually pushing him on into a different direction to becoming more independent and not so dependent on Tony Stark and his equipment and his legacy, right? But we got back Tobey Maguire, we got back Andrew Garfield, we got back all of their, like most of the villains, we got back Electro, Lizard, Doc Ock, I mean, and Willem Dafoe back as Green Goblin, Millie whopping the mess out of everybody in that movie, dropping Peter through like multiple floors, like freaking WWE style. Like, need I say more? Like, this film was one of the best experiences I've had. I haven't had an experience like this in the theaters since Avengers Endgame. And you know, I was glad to be able to witness this in theaters on a big IMAX screen with a bunch of fans during, you know, like it was COVID, but like no one cared, right? Like it was like COVID, everyone had masks on, no masks. We were all just so happy just to see the introduction of so many things, especially with Doctor Strange continuing that storyline, and even going on to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, having that, and then again with the three Spideys together, seeing them on screen together, adding more depth and closing off some of their storylines, and possibly even opening up more avenues for their storylines, like with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and having him possibly maybe getting another film. Just the thought of that is exciting alone, right? So I mean, this film was just great, man. Michael Giacchino on the music, on the score, of course, was killing it. I mean, VFX, the fighting, the setup, even the advertisement and the marketing and the lack thereof of marketing, and just the build up and the hype for Spider-Man No Way Home was one of the best things that I'm pretty sure most of us really experienced within the last, you know, 5 years of MCU films and just comic book movies in general. Like, it's the hype and the excitement was so high, and it was well paid off, guys. So anyways, that's my ranking, that's my list right there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. If you guys want to see more videos like this, please let me know. I enjoy doing rankings, I enjoy doing the tier listings, because I feel like they're a little bit of a fun break from doing reactions all the time, and I get to talk more about some of these things and these characters and films that I love so much. So it doesn't even have to be a film about film. So let me know your thoughts and comments down below on my ranking of the MCU so far. When Moon Knight and Miss Marvel drops, I'm probably gonna do another one of these and update my ranking and see what I think about this. I'm probably gonna also rewatch some of these movies and shows again to see if I really so I can solidify my opinion some more. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Clockmaster